Hello and welcome back to the Hidden Triforce for another episode of Let's Play Hyrule Warriors. In this episode we're going to explore the Twilight Realm and we're going to be playing as Midna. I could not choose another character besides Midna because it just would not be right to be exploring the Twilight Realm without their very own princess. So apparently we have ourselves some enemies that are immune to the Twilight's effects, and they are bokoblins. We got these Dead Knights, and we're going to have a lot of fun in this episode. The Twilight Realm is sort of an area that is a fan favorite, even though it's only been in one game and for a very brief period in that game. In Twilight Princess, the second to last dungeon was took place here, and we fought Zant at the end. Now the dungeon itself was, in a way, I feel a mini dungeon of the sort. It wasn't quite as long as some of the other ones. But as you can see, looking around, just the scenery and background was very, very unique and kind of mysterious in a way. And it's a land that lots of people have been wanting Nintendo to revisit, especially with the idea of bringing Midna back for another game, since Midna kind of was a fan favorite as well. Fun fact, neither of those are ever going to happen in a canon Zelda game, no matter how much we want it. So anyways, we are going to be fighting Zant. Zant has been brought back from the depth of hell. No, he's been brought back alive. And in this timeline, he is lined up with Sia for some reason. They don't really explain why Sia or Girahim or anybody is like willing to fight alongside of Sia, but they do. So we're going to be working our way through the Twilight Realm. And in a second, we're trying to capture a couple of keeps that are flashing on the map icon in the top right corner. There's two keeps that we want to get just to try and build up our position and everything. So we got a new enemy, the fiery arrowfoal, and we're going to be fighting off a lot of flying based enemies in this stage, and it's kind of annoying in a way, but there's a trick to getting them down. We'll deal with that later. So YouTube has decided that they're going to continue down their path of ruining YouTube for everybody and ruining the whole idea of having a social network for me to use with their platform. So my first episode of Let's Play Hyrule Warriors did fairly well. I released it weeks before the game came out in any region except for Japan. It had about 30 comments, about the same number of likes, and a bunch of shares, and it got published on a bunch of sites like Go Nintendo. So it got a lot of views. So they decided that that wasn't normal, and they said that the views seemed unnatural and too quick, and they deleted my video, and I am in an appeal process. So if you're trying to watch my Let's Play and you're wondering where the first episode of my video is and why it says it's been removed, that is why. I'm hoping that it will come back up, because it's very aggravating to have my hard work and all my views just get completely deleted because YouTube decides they want to keep being Nazis with everything. So my account's been around for many years, and they've never once had any problems, and I have videos with more than 100,000 views, and they've never felt the need to pretend that this was an issue, and I've never had any issues on the account, no strikes, nothing, but they're still going to delete my video for no reason. So if they went to give it a couple of weeks, if they do not re-upload it or re-put it into their system, then I guess I will just have to re-upload it myself and share the new URL in my annotations and playlist, but hopefully that it does not get to that point. So anyways, now that we got that clarified, we are working our way up to this other keep, and we're playing as Midna. Midna's got some really cool moves. She's kind of a slower character, which I don't like when she's trying to build up that speed to begin running. She's one of the slower characters in my opinion. It takes her a second to kind of get some momentum behind her. But when she's on her wolf, she's able to dart around and do a lot of damage really quickly. And of course, one of her major attacks is with her hand, which kind of comes out of her like helmet slash faux piece of hair. I'm not really sure what exactly that was ever supposed to be. Let's get rid of this thing before it irritates me anymore. We need to get rid of this Dead Knight. The best thing to do for these Red Knights is to attack them and then back off quickly, and they will try and they'll try and stun the entire perimeter around them, and if you are not caught in that, then they will temporarily get stunned themselves, and then you can go in and get that attack off and do a lot of damage to them. So that's your best way of trying to defeat these Red Knights. We're only about 5 minutes in this video, and we've got a ton of kills already, because there's just so many monsters in such a tight quarter in this stage. These keeps are absolutely littered with bokoblins at the moment. So let's see. Agatha is here as well, I guess somewhere around fighting. Have not played as her yet. Don't know if I will in any of the videos in this Let's Play. She's just kind of, I don't know. I'm not exactly drawn to her, and I'm still not sure why Agatha was included into the game. But we now have ourselves a hookshot. And that's going to come in handy for taking down these guys here, these arrowfoals, and any air-based monster we can kind of pull to them and pull them out of the air, which makes it really easy. If you remember playing Twilight Princess, especially in the City in the Sky dungeon, there's a lot of arrowfoal, and what we had to do is target onto their shields, which had that little mark indicating that you could attach to it and pull them out of the air. And even the last boss of that dungeon, we were just kind of flying around one of the temple ruins and biting that dragon that we just saw in the air. So he's back as well, and he's going to be the boss for this stage, Argorok. I hope I'm saying that correctly. He's easier in this game than he was in Twilight Princess. In Twilight Princess, he wasn't hard either. It's just a lot of claw shotting, really. Let's see. So Argorok's going to deal out some serious damage to our base and to the keep. So he is somebody that we're going to want to take care of immediately. Now this stage has some of my favorite scenes from the entire game, and I'm going over those when the time comes. But let's go ahead and take this. Come on, die. Alright. So cool. I'm already up to 800 kills, and these are going really quickly. Now last week, actually just a couple days ago, a new downloadable content was announced for Hyrule Warriors. Actually several pieces, I believe 5 different pieces of downloadable content has been announced, and that's not including the day one update / DLC. And they're going to be coming out ranging from next month all the way up through, I believe, January or February. So this game is going to be supported by a long time, which it was indicated that it would be previously, so that's good to see that they are keeping their word on that. But we're going to be getting a lot of new characters. Zant, Girahim, and all of them are going to be playable. Also, Sia, Volga, and Wizro will become playable, which was previously not included. We're also going to be getting new stages, new weapons, and a bunch of awesome stuff, new game modes. So there's going to be a lot of just amazing DLC, and what's generally going to happen with this is if they're going to, each one will include like a couple of characters, a new stage, and they seem to be costing around $4 to $5 a piece. Nintendo's offering a season pass of the sorts, similar to what they were doing with Mario Kart, I believe, and what Call of Duty likes to do. For $20, you can get all the pieces of DLC, and you also get a Dark Link skin, which is pretty awesome. So what we need to do, so yeah, I'm going to be buying all of those most likely. It just goes to further show that Nintendo is slowly getting on board the DLC train and trying to catch up to where the industry has been for the last 10 years. I'm hoping that they continue this path of DLC for Mario Kart. It looks amazing with the inclusion of Link and the villager from Animal Crossing as playable racers, and so many other things as well. I would just really like to see Nintendo continuing to update their games, because things like that are perfect. It's like playing Mario Kart is a lot of fun, but the stages get old when you've played the same course 20 times in a row. It just kind of gets old, and it's nice to see that they're able to add on new courses for a reasonable amount of money. So I'm hoping that with the next actual Zelda title that they will come up with some form of DLC as well. So what I'm doing with this guy is I'm using Midna's hand, which is able to just kind of grab this guy straight out of the air oftentimes, and here we go. She does a lot of damage. And it kind of keeps them from flying away or becoming too irritating to deal with. So what we got, our base is still flashing, and we're still trying to find Argorok, who is kind of, what we're trying to do here is pull him down out of the air so we can actually attack him. Hylian Captain needs some help. Argorok is still kind of floating over that keep, and we need to figure out what to do with that. The key that we just captured a minute ago is already falling again, so I'm kind of running back and forth between there and where Argorok is in the sky, because he's shooting fire everywhere. I like that. Our soldiers are literally standing still as Argorok is shooting fire down at them. They don't even attack. I think it probably would have made sense to bring some archers with us, perhaps, instead of just knights. But what we're going to do first is try and kill this guy, and then we're going to move on to dealing with Argorok here in a sec. So let's, as you just saw, the claw shot pulls you right to him, pulls him out of the sky, so it's a good way of getting them down. And once he's down, he's a lot easier to deal with, especially if you can get past his shield, which is going to protect him a little bit, but not too much. There we go. Let's maybe one more little blitz on him. He should be good to go. Come on. He's just kind of running away. He looks weird when he runs. He just kind of bounces like a kangaroo on the ground. Kind of funny. There we go. Let's attach to him and punch him in the next ear. That's a really cool move. I love Midna's kind of like depleting the I guess the stamina gauge of the monster. I don't really know what that thing is called. But I like her attack that she does. Hers and Sheik's are really cool. Sheik just unleashes hell onto him. So while Lana is advancing to that keep where Argorok is to assist us, we're going to help this Hylian Captain who has been yelling for help for the last couple minutes. Apparently they can't do anything on their own, so let's try and help this guy out. Oh, now she needs help in the top north. She should be fine on her own, I hope. She has giant bugs that can do anything she wants, but she's unable to defeat bokoblins. That's kind of odd. So, what we're doing here, or seeing here, is the initiation of the process to take down Argorok. Lana is going to create these magical portals on the ground, and we need to activate them. Apparently only Midna can activate them. Lana, even though she's standing right there, is incapable of doing so or will not do so. So we have to run it all across the stage to do it for her. So let's go ahead and get this way. Just gonna leave those guys alone. I think we helped out enough. Hopefully the captain can take over from here, and we're just going to go activate this. And it's a simple process. All you have to do is press A inside it. Again, these guys are literally just standing still as they're being blasted with fire. So this is really cool. I like this effect here. Gonna try and pull him out of the sky, but nope. Argorok is too strong. He's not gonna buy that crap. That's nonsense. So he will back off for a second, but he is not going to be pulled out of the sky that easily. Oh, he's gonna stun me. I like the icon of like the sad Zant there. He's like, oh, woe is me. Kind of cute. Agatha, do this on your own. Whatever. Okay. Oh, there he is. They got a lot of really cool icons for Zant, and now he's taking his mask off. The Twilight people look really creepy. Midna is the less creepy of all of them. I'm not quite sure why that is. I guess that's why she's the princess, because she's not as ugly as everyone else is. Kill this guy. Kill him. Just gotta beat him up. Beat him up. There we go. And we got a weapon from that. And she just will not stop talking. Apparently they're trying to take our little girl away, so we're just gonna run past all these monsters. As I said, this stage is absolutely packed with enemies. As you can see, as I'm running through here, this is more than there are in a lot of areas. So let's get some speed. And what are these guys doing? Should I? No, I'm just gonna leave them alone. I'm just gonna run past all of this. You never find those gold Skulltulas without spending a lot of time looking. They're never in plain sight, which would be too easy if they were. So let's go ahead and see what Agatha is up to, as she has not shut up for the last 20 minutes telling us to come help out. Kill this commando. I don't know. I guess we're now supposed to kill the commandos. This guy is just in a corner getting his butt beat. So let's leave him. And head our way over to this other guy. Agatha's still in trouble. We got one more commando, and they're kind of trying to take Agatha away. Not sure what their plan is to do with her, what they're going to hope to accomplish. I'm not even sure if this is a primary objective. It might just be fine if she just gets massacred. There's different characters throughout the game and different things. Like if a character is beaten, they will just end up leaving the battlefield, which just really isn't that big of a deal because they never help out anyways. But sometimes if your ally gets taken down, then it is a big deal and you end up losing the stage. It just depends on the ally and the situation. I'm not sure what we're dealing with here because Agatha's not exactly putting up the good fight for us. So let's go ahead. I'm going to try and get that commando away. He came from the north. He's next to her now, so screw capturing that last keep. And oh, she's almost dead. The nice thing is whenever you get near an enemy, no matter how or near an ally, whenever you get near an ally, no matter how close they are to being dead, they seem to have all their health just completely recover. So that's a nice thing. She's now good to go. We've protected her. We hit 1100 KOs. Baddie invited me to a tea party. Has it been canceled? I think one of the staples of the Dynasty Warriors game, and I'm not positive on this, but I think they are known for having cheesy dialogue when you're on the battlefield between your allies and your enemies, like Zant here. So Argorok is back. He is unleashing his fury, kind of near the middle of the stage. So we're going to go and head back down that way. As soon as we kill this thing, this guy is, every time I punch him, he's like getting back up. There we go. Dead. So we're just gonna leave this top area for now. There's a couple things we have left. The two primary objectives that we have left, as Lana is explaining here in the bottom left, is we need to use these magic circles that she's going to continue to create, take down Argorok. Then I believe we are going to be fighting against Zant. So let's go ahead and leave these guys alone. Our ally base is once again under fire from Argorok. So let's go kill this thing. Capture the central square. There's so many enemies that we can just run past. And I just published my Hyrule Warriors review on TheHiddenTriforce. It's just hiddentriforce.com/Hyrule-Warriors-review. And you can see what I had to say about the game. But one of my I had a pros and cons list, and in the cons list I mentioned how easy the game is and how the monsters will just stand still as you are surrounded. There will be 300 monsters in the same room with you, and they won't attack you. Only the bosses and some of the bigger enemies will generally attack you, which is kind of depressing. It's kind of sad because even on the hardest game modes, they really don't attack you. And the only difference between the normal or easy or very difficult challenge or levels is that the enemies might take more damage, and that just makes it very redundant, especially some of these boss fights like Goma, where you shoot him in the eye and then you do a little bit of damage. All that does is add like 3 more times of shooting him in the eye. He doesn't do much more. Yes, he does a tiny bit more damage to you, but not enough to where it is really a challenge, especially with all the health that's everywhere for you to readily pick up. So, alright, we use a central square magic circle, and now we're going to try and do that again. Argorok keeps getting away, but we are able to repel him and keep our base safe for just a little bit longer, so that's always a plus. So we need to bring him down to our level. So while they're working on that, while Zant is getting more forces that's going to work their way down towards us, I'm going to go ahead and take this kind of lull in activity to take this keep here really quickly, since I got most of it down. Where is the keep boss? There he is, right behind me. There we go. Come on, just die already. We drive him off, and so Argorok is already coming back. So I mean, really, that's good because I don't have to wait around. It means I don't have any extra objectives, and taking him down is really simple. It's just using that magic circle. So what we need to do, we're going to follow this butterfly, and I find this to be interesting what we're going to do here. And this is one of my favorite cutscenes in the entire game. But apparently, there's something in this southeast building, and it's a great fairy fountain. Spoiler alert. But why is there a great fairy in the Twilight realm? So this game really kind of blends things like that together, because obviously there were no fairy fountains or any reason for there to be one in the Twilight realm. So let's go ahead. Do not attack the cuckoo. I am not going to attack him. I'm not dealing with that again. So let's go ahead and use a great fairy. This is super cool. I love this cutscene very much, and in a way, I guess while I love it, I kind of wish that it would have been used more. And I'm going to just be quiet while this cutscene takes place. Oh, that's fantastic. So we weren't even trying to pull Argorok down that time. This time we decided to pull down the moon. So everything from all of these different Zelda titles and timelines and stories are coming together. We have the moon from Majora's Mask that crashed down onto Termina, and it's great to see that they have brought back elements like that, and it just shows how much attention to detail has been put into this game. Now, what would have been nice if there was actually some Majora's Mask themed stages. That would have been super cool, and it would have been nice if the moon actually played more of a relevant part, especially with the Skull Kid perhaps. But it's at least nice that it gets a little cameo. Anyways, as you see, we're going to be using the claw shot on Argorok to pull him down. He's got this little marker on his tail, which brings him down to our level, where we can then just do a lot of damage to him as quickly as possible. He is not a hard boss, but it is a very repetitive boss. It's kind of how it is with most of the bosses in this game, really. Hopefully, if you're lucky, you can just kind of pull him down instantly without any kind of delay. Like that. I got him down again really quickly. So you can see Agatha's right over there, and you can see these giant green bugs popping up here and there. So let's go ahead. We're going to use her magic meter, see what kind of damage we can do to this guy. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Pow. Still got some to go. Unfortunately, what I don't like is that the duration that the enemies are stunned for is longer than the time that the magic meter takes to deplete. So you never really get to do your full amount of damage. And you can cancel it early, but that's no fun. So, alright. Ooh, West Square is good. We're going to leave the West Square for now and just keep on attacking this guy. See if we can pull him down another time. There we go. Too easy. And yeah, he's got full health now. It would have been great if I still had some magic left. Oh well. So this guy is just about defeated. He's got about a third of his HP left, and one more good series of attacks on him, and he should be just about dead, if not defeated. Hopefully he doesn't try and run away or anything. I hate bosses that run away, and then I had to track them back down again because that just adds more work to me. That's not any fun. Come on, get down to the ground. Come on. I don't even know. This must be the strongest device ever, because a claw shot should not be pointing down the dragon that is fighting against you the entire time. But it's fun. If you didn't notice, I have myself 2 meters, 2 kind of like energy meters now. We can build them up from your attacks. That's an upgrade you got through the game's upgrade system using materials that you find. Alright, so Argorok is now defeated, and Zant has decided it is time to take us on. So he is up there in the north, kind of in his throne room. He's going to just run at us. He's crazy, man. If you remember fighting him in Twilight Princess, Zant lost his shit at the end of that game. He was never very stable seeming, and he was obviously just a puppet in all of Ganondorr/Ganon's themes, but he was still a very unique character. And in a way, it's a shame that they turned him into a puppet, because he has such a weird personality that they could have given him much more of a backstory and made this character really stand out. And he could have been like the next Vaati, because Vaati was super cool from the Four Swords games, where he kind of had his own backstory and he was a villain for several of the games. So ultimately, in a way, he was sort of like a puppet as well. Alright, so we are going to fight Zant. By the time this boss fight is over, this episode will also be over. Did I just miss him? Let's see what happens. Nope, I didn't miss him. Thought I did it for a second. It would have been depressing. Come on. She is so slow. Let's get the bombs out. I always forget that I have potions. I got that upgrade early on, made a potion, and I like almost never use it, but I can use 1 potion per stage, I believe. I'm just going to keep throwing bombs on him. The boss fight in Twilight Princess against Zant was very chaotic, and he would kind of like skirt around the room and madly slash at you, and he's sort of doing that as well. He sort of stands there, takes some damage, and then he will like run or spin at you and just swipe in a very erratic pattern. As you can see, he's kind of flailing around there, similar to how he did in Twilight Princess. It's kind of cool to see the usurper king of the Twilight Realm, Zant, fighting the Twilight Princess, Midna. But also, as you can see here, he's pulling out some of the tricks that he also did in Twilight Princess. Because, if you remember, he went back into pretty much almost every kind of stage, and he took on a form similar to what you had to do to defeat that dungeon's boss. And he just went and kind of did that forest temple up on the pedestal like the monkeys did from the forest temple in Twilight Princess. So he's kind of pulling out some elements from that. It's kind of cool to see. They really do they did their research and add a lot of additional fanfare into this game, and it's the details that really show the level of attention that they put into this. So it's fantastic. So again, if you really want to be cheap when you're fighting these guys, just use bombs, because bombs will always stun them, knock them up in the air. It won't do a lot of damage, they won't lose a limb, but it does so much. Just stuns them, and it just knocks them up in the air where they really can't do much to you. Oh, he's coming. And he's also got those things, which were enemies in the Twilight Princess's Twilight Realm as well. Kind of like the masked heads of him. He looks better with the mask on. He's a lot more creepy with it off. So again, you've got Zant here, and then you've got probably a good couple hundred common enemies surrounding us, none of which will even attack us. You can see them with their clubs literally dancing around you. Let's see if he will fall off this and maybe get stunned. No, hoping he would get stunned. I would like to do some serious damage to him. I've been just chipping away at him, which is why this is taking so long. Because I'm not fighting him the way I should be, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. So Agatha is down somewhere. It would be nice if all of your allies would come together and help you when you're fighting a boss, but they just don't do that. They have other priorities. I guess she's sort of trying to help the base. If you look at the icon, you see the base is kind of surrounded by red markers. So if you don't defeat Zant quick enough, your base will fall as enemies kind of get over there and take over, because of course the Hyrulean Knights don't do anything. And as I say that, the Hylian captain is fleeing because he's been pushed back, so it's alright. We won't send them any support. We're just going to keep fighting Zant and keep throwing bombs. And he'll be down here in just a second. So I apologize for taking so long. I just really like button mashing in this game. I think it's a lot of fun to fight. And to me, it doesn't really get old because it's just, there's so many different combos and moves that you can use. I like to explore and play with them, so I end up doing a lot of the same things as in just button mashing. But anyways, we're going to finish off Zant here, and that's going to end this episode. I hope episode 1 will be re-uploaded and everything. But until then, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I hope you will enjoy the next episode. So stay tuned for more Let's Play Hyrule Warriors on TheHiddenTriforce. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you prefer Zant, Girahim, or Body. Thanks.